If you notice the title here is Rockstars, Anxiety and Excitement. If you are feeling at all any stress, anxiety, things of that nature, go ahead to guidedhypnotic.com. That's guidedhypnotic.com and download a free anxiety-busting guided hypnotic meditation. But that being said, you see, one day, there was this artist, her name was Carly Simon, and you may remember her back in the 70s and early 80s. She had some big hits. And at that time, Tony Robbins was also just as big as he is now, but in a different way. And she was having what she believed was panic attacks. She was having panic attacks. And so she reached out to Tony, or her people reached out to Tony, and Tony got on the phone with her and said, okay, well, let me understand, how do you know that you're having these panic attacks? Because they were about to cancel the tour, and she was about ready to just give up and say, I can't go out on stage anymore. I have these panic attacks. So Tony said, okay, well, let me, for those you don't know, Tony is my mentor, worked with Tony, was on the road many years with him, trained by him and the guys that trained Tony. So this is a cool story about a relationship with psychology, with anxiety, with performance. So he gets on the phone with her or he meets with her and says, okay, Carly, so tell me, how do you know that you are having these panic attacks that you can't go out on stage? And she says, well, what happens is, you see, first, like I get these butterflies in my stomach, right? I get these butterflies in my stomach and I start feeling like queasy and stuff. And then I start breathing heavy, right? And I notice my heart is beating like really fast, like it's beating out of my chest, right? And I'm breathing heavy. I feel these butterflies, my heart is beating. And then my hands, they start feeling like all like palmy and stuff and balmy. And she's like, that's when I know that I'm having a panic attack and I can't get on stage. I freak out. So he says, okay, well, let me find a master, right? One of the keys to this and what you get from working with me is we find people who are getting the results that you want to experience and then learn what they do, how they think, what they believe, and then apply that to our lives to get similar results. So at the time, Bruce Springsteen, the boss, was the biggest guy on the planet at the time. And he had the kind of resources to get on the phone with the boss. And he gets on and says, hey, Bruce, let me know, just curious, how do you know you're ready to get out on stage? Like, what's your relationship with performing? He's like, oh, I love performing. This is like the best thing. He says, well, how do you know you're ready? And he says, well, first thing, I get these like butterflies in my stomach, right? And then I start breathing a little heavy, and then my heart starts beating like crazy, right? And then my hands, they get all balmy, and then I know I'm ready. I'm ready to go on stage. So interesting. There's such a slight difference between anxiety and excitement. As a matter of fact, neurobiologically speaking, physically speaking, your physiology, it's almost identical. The only difference is the meaning you're giving the experience. So whenever you start feeling it, if you suffer from nervousness, and when I work with my clients, these are the things we uncover and unpack, is before they're about to do, and this is why my program in Freedom Hack is all about strategic emotional mastery, right before you're about to do something or make a decision or take an action, we need to check ourselves and check to see that we are in the right state. The right emotional fuel, fueling these decisions, fueling these activities. And sometimes the awareness is curative. Now, for Carly, that was just the beginning. Once she recognized that, we were able to break free from it. And that's the work that we do, is we break free. So my program is called Freedom Hack. Break free from the binds that are keeping us from moving on, from stepping up, stepping out, to being outstanding and just thinking like everybody else, being like everybody else. We look to the extraordinary. Find out what the extraordinary are doing. What is the meaning they give? What is happening? What is their relationship with their emotions, with what's going on, that maybe it's not fear? What if it was faith? What if it was faith in your ability to do whatever it takes? What if it was faith in your ability to access those internal resources, that to access the energy, that it's not fear, it's faith. It's not anxiety, it's excitement to move on, to get extra extraordinary results. So be extra. Be willing to do whatever it takes. Be willing to break free from the thoughts, from the meanings, from some of the beliefs that have been holding you back. So again, if this was helpful, please share this. I've gotten this through to a bunch of different channels, but if this is helpful, please share this message. Now more than ever, we need to break free from anxiety, from depression, from fear, from frustration, and transmute that into faith, fascination, creativity, opportunity, compassion, love, peace, confidence, and certainty, and appreciation for our ability to do more, but most importantly, to be more. So with that being said, I love you for who you are and who you aren't. Again, go to guidedhypnotic.com. Download your free anxiety-busting guided hypnotic meditation created just for you. 35 minutes of relaxation, busting through your anxiety, some visualization, and ultimately breakthroughs from the stories, from the states that have been holding us back. All right, we'll see you soon.